Many years ago, when gods lived among men, there was a deity named Emi, the goddess of nature and the mother of snakes. Emi was as cunning as she was cruel, and people avoided her because nobody knew the nature of the mischief she was cooking up at all times. While she was the goddess of nature, she was also an author of confusion. She was unstable, and her cunningness earned her reputation. On some days, she was evil, and on other days, she was good. When she was in a good mood, she would allow sailors to pass through calm waters, but when she was in a foul mood, she would trap them in a storm and destroy their boats. Sometimes, for no just cause, she would send famine to destroy the farmlands of villagers or simply send locusts to ruin their harvest. Emi was also very jealous. She had to be the center of attention. When the villagers offered sacrifices to other gods, Emi would get jealous and send a flood to wash away the village, or send drought to the village. As such, before making any offering to any other god, it was advisable to first appease Emi for peace to reign. One day, Emi went out to bathe in the river. While she was there, she caught sight of a very handsome young man. His name was Coffee, and he was a young hunter. He was handsome by all measures, and Emi immediately wanted him for herself. But as much as she wanted him, she knew that love was not something that could be forced. She had to make him love her. For you see, while Emi was haughty and proud and jealous, she longed to be loved as well, and she knew that the only way to get Coffee's genuine love was not by charming him with her wiles and her powers, but by making him fall in love with her of his own accord. As such, in order to make him fall in love with her, she decided to change her form into that of a young human woman. She went into the village during the village festival and danced her heart out, and that day, she shined over the other maidens in the community. Soon, all the men flocked to her side, wanting to court her, but she had eyes for only Coffee. Coffee, however, had eyes for only one woman. It had been whispered in the village since he was a young man that he had not looked at any other woman the way he looked at Noah. Noah was a simple village girl whose father was a farmer. She had nothing to offer Coffee, but when she smiled, her smile was everything to him. When Emi heard of Noah and how Coffee loved her, she knew that she would never be able to win him unless she took Noah out of the picture. So, she set out a plan to make friends with Noah. Emi met Noah at the river one morning, and she soon struck up a conversation with the girl. Noah was taken in by Emi's charms, but she was unaware that it was Emi's snake magic that was at work, tricking her into friendship with the deity. Soon, the girls became best of friends and they spent days together, braiding each other's hair and gossiping about the other girls in the village. However, Noah fell ill after she ate a fresh orange offered to her by Emi. Noah's condition worsened rapidly, and despite the efforts of the village healer, she did not recover. Her family and the villagers were devastated. Noah was promptly buried, and Emi took over consoling Coffee. She was always by his side, whispering words of comfort, hoping that in his grief, he would turn to her for solace. But Coffee's heart remained steadfast. Though he appreciated Emi's support, he could not forget Noah. Emi, frustrated by her failed attempts to win his love, decided to use her divine powers to enchant him. She weaved a spell of love, binding Coffee's heart to her own. For a while, it seemed to work. Coffee started spending more time with Emi, his eyes lost the sorrow that Noah's death had brought. Yet, deep inside, Coffee felt a void. His love for Noah had been pure and true, something that magic could not replace. He began to have dreams of Noah, dreams so vivid that he could feel her presence. In these dreams, Noah warned him of Emi's true nature and the spell that bound him. Determined to break free, Coffee sought the help of a wise old woman in the village, known for her knowledge of the supernatural. The old woman gave Coffee a special potion and instructed him to pour it into the river where Emi bathed. She told Coffee that the potion would weaken Emi's powers and break the enchantment. Coffee did as he was told, and one evening, when Emi went to the river, he poured the potion into the water. As Emmy stepped into the river, her powers began to wane, and the spell over Coffee broke. Realizing what had happened, Emmy was furious. Her wrath shook the village, causing storms and floods, but without her full powers, she could not sustain the chaos. The villagers, seeing her true form, prayed to the other gods for protection. United in their plea, their prayers were answered, and the other deities came to their aid. With the help of the other deities, Emmy was banished from the village, and forced to wander the earth, stripped of her divine status. Coffee, free from Emmy's spell, honored Noah's memory and continued his life as a hunter, always carrying with him the lesson that true love cannot be forced. It must be given freely, and it must be genuine and cannot be conjured through deception or force. And of course, sharing is caring. So, share this video to support my channel and subscribe. Leave a comment if you've learned something from this story. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.